Yo, what's going on, sexy YouTube individuals out there? This is your boy RBG, aka the Random Black Gamer, bringing you guys another episode of our Let's Play of Ultimate Spider-Man. Now, last time we had the red and blue onesie wearing superhero Spider-Man going off against Venom, and we actually got a chance to be a douchebag with Venom himself. So this time around, we're going to be playing through the mission, and we're going to try to get through this very smoothly, man, because anybody that's familiar with this game knows that you have to do a lot of level grinding. You actually have to go out and do random missions to actually get back on track with the main mission. So I thought I'll just take it upon myself to collect everything that needs to be collected so we can just transition through this thing smoothly. So without further ado, let's get back into it and see what my boy Peter Parker is up to in his school life.
Breaking news from Queens. A creature described by eyewitnesses as looking, quote, sort of like a rhinoceros but bigger, is rampaging through the streets of the city. We have not yet confirmed reports that this is the same creature that Iron Man subdued.
Hey, you remember the big rhinoceros-looking guy?
You're gonna have to be more specific.
He's like on the loose.
Oh man, the trig finals next period.
10 minutes there, kick the rhino guy in the ding-ding, and 10 minutes to get back. You can do that with your mask on backwards. Go!
Oh, this hurts already.
Alright, so we're going off against the one and only Alex O'Hearn, aka the Rhino. Now this has had to be one of my favorite missions in the game. This is awesome because we're going to be doing a lot of side quests along this mission. We're going to be saving innocent civilians from utter destruction. Because O'Hearn is going on one of his bitch fits right now. He is not happy for some reason. Maybe he's not happy how they treated him in the Ultimate series. You know, he didn't get his justice up in this series. Like, a lot of people don't like this interpretation of the Rhino. Well, we got some people to help, man. We gotta save these people from all these douchebags out here, man, because everybody is having a fit right now. I'm having a fit just thinking about this fit that people are having fits. We're gonna be doing a lot of heavy lifting. But man, like when I first heard this game was coming out, I was so hyped, man, because I was just getting off of the success of Spider-Man 2, the movie video game, and that game right there, you know, it accomplished so many things and still is considered the best Spider-Man game to this day. With, you know, considering all the different installments that we had after that game, it's still revered as one of the best Spider-Man games, if not the best in the actual gaming franchise. I mean, I think it's the best, but like I was saying, like I was just prepared. I was like prepping for this game because I was thinking it was going to play a lot similar to Spider-Man 2, because I mean, in all actuality, like when a gaming developer is developing another game, you know, that they're pretty much doing the same style of gaming. I mean, it would be kind of smart for them to kind of play with the physics and, you know, and keep it similar to what they did before. But that's not necessarily the case with this game. It's like this game has its own different feel for some reason. It has its own feel, which is kind of unfortunate, you know, because there are still things that I would have liked to see up in this game, like that Spider-Man 2, the movie video game, had. Swerve on it.
Rhinoceros horn, or you just have to be to see. I'm so scared I can't even finish my lame joke.
Slap.
Don't worry, nothing's broken except my spine, a few ribs, maybe everything else. Ow.
And look at O'Hearn go. He is not happy right now, man. I think he's just upset to the fullest. Mommy, I told you to get the Dora the Explorer Blu-ray box set with the 16:9 instead of 4:3 aspect ratio. What were you thinking?
No, he's about to fall. I guess there's no such thing as a slow day when you're a big-time superhero.
I know, right? Well, we gotta save these people, man. We got people to rescue right now, man. We gotta do what we do best. But Spidey's just the boss. But as I was saying earlier, I just wish that this game would have adapted certain mechanics that Spider-Man 2 had. Like, one thing that I really miss is the sprinting button, where you could, like, you know, sprint faster when you run along the streets. I mean, I understand that, like, since this is relatively smaller in scale compared to Spider-Man 2, that it really doesn't make sense to have a sprint button, but it just seems like it's just lacking something. Oh man, I forgot to finish somebody off. And they usually handle that, but yeah, it's just lacking certain things, like the charge jump. They're lacking that, and they're also lacking that sprint.
Big crazy guy, wrecking ball. This gives me an idea.
Miley Cyrus video part 2 right there. I even never really figured out what he was saying on this part. Sounds like he's saying the skid mark, the toilet, the skid mark, the toilet, the skid mark, the toilet. Now all we gotta do is just lure Big Balbowski right here up into this cement, and he'll hit the ground like so. I'm gonna make Miley Cyrus proud.
Here goes nothing.
And lay down some sauce like a boss. Completely.
That had to hurt.
Now we must proceed to chase him down the street, and this right here will lead into the main fight. Now this guy, if I remember, like if I remember quite correctly, this is one of the biggest douchebags that you can face in this game, just because of shit like this. Like this actual boss battle is more annoying than a fucking K-pop reaction video, if you ask me. There's always something to pause at. There's like a lot of shit that he does that he just pulls out of his hat that's just straight up BS. Hopefully we don't have to deal with that. We just gotta evade him from throwing these cards and going on this little temper tantrum. You can't get enough of me. I'm in every series, man. We making Sony money. That's basically all we're going to be doing, is just pounding his back until he pretty much gives up. You gotta watch that ground pound though, because it's like a sound wave effect. But man, I wasn't even gonna make this video today. I was so out of it today, guys. You see that? It's like that random car just bumped into me and took half my energy. Alright, go. Go. It's like the stupidest stuff happens to cause you to mess up on this level. Like, you're gonna see that. He's gonna instantly start leveling out the playing field. Come on, boy, what you got? Look. There we go. Yeah, I honestly was not gonna make this video because I wasn't feeling well today, guys. Like, I've been feeling out of it. Like, seriously. Sirs. Like some of you young kids like to say. You know what I'm saying? Back in my day, what happened to seriously and seriously instead of sirs? But speaking of my day, I don't know about how many OGs are up in this play right now, in this Let's Play. But how many people remember seeing those early iterations of Spider-Man? I mean, I know I'm a 90s kid, and technically there are a lot of iterations of Spider-Man, but you know, we had our fair share too up in the 90s. You know, you had the 60s versions of Spider-Man. You had the 70s and 80s Spider-Man, like Spider-Man and this amazing... Oh my god, this guy's douchebag to the fullest. Yeah, you had the 80s version of Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. And then you had the 90s Spider-Man, which is one of my favorites. You got that, you got Spider-Man Unlimited, which is kind of like a rip-off of Batman Beyond, like putting Spider-Man up in a super intergalactic kind of setting, like a futuristic setting. And then you had, you know, the MTV version that's supposed to be based off of the movie. We pretty much beat this guy.
Trask? Why does that name seem so familiar?
Back away from me, Master Avenger! My diminutive corpus will not withstand your contumelious defeasance!
Not with the big words again.
Time to abscond this locus!
He's so adorable. Look at him in his wee little boots.
Ow! Must have taken a nastier beating than I thought. My brain feels like it wants to climb out of my skull. Okay. Wow. That was odd. Maybe I just need to take a couple days off. Relax. Just not be Spider-Man for a few days. Maybe actually do something that doesn't involve, I don't know, people trying to kill me.
Man, Eddie Brock is such a loner. Yeah, but as you can see, we're going to be progressing through the mission smoothly. And oh yeah, by the way guys, for those who aren't aware, who haven't seen the first part of this Let's Play, there's actually a awards giveaway going on, so be on the lookout for that. Now also go check out the first part of this Let's Play to see the rules and stipulations on how you can win a free copy, one of 2 copies of the Spectacular Spider-Man Blu-ray series. It's what I consider the definitive Spider-Man cartoon, and it's actually revered as one of the best cartoon iterations of Spider-Man that you're going to see. Yeah, if you're interested, enter that sweepstakes. Yeah, but like I was saying, we have gotten a lot of like iterations like during the 90s and the new millennium, man. Like I remember them. Like I remember all of them. I remember the ups, the downs, the crazy, all of that. I remember Madam Web and her crazy little tutu tail or whatever that shit is she had. She kind of had like these tentacle tails or whatever. Like she was just weird. It was like watching Aunt May while you're on PCP or something. Yeah, I remember that one, and I remember the MTV version, and I remember the one of my least favorites, but I thought it had a cool thing going for it, and that was the Spider-Man Unlimited. I also remember like when I was watching that, I was thinking that I would be like stuck on that series, but I ended up watching Action Man more than I ended up watching that show. Like if you guys remember, because Action Man was coming on right at that time. You had Action Man, NASCAR racing, and I think Beast Machines, which was another one that I liked. I mean, I'm having like a little nostalgic breakdown right now. Forgive me. Well, let's go. Meanwhile, in Motown,
the next thing I remember is feeling some kind of...
That's our boy, Eddie Brock.
I don't get it. Where's the suit?
The suit! The suit did this!
Where is the suit? Read your intel. Boys?
And man, we just got our showcasing of Silver Sable. One of like the most notorious feminists, femme fatales up in the Marvel universe. Oh my god, I gotta make sure to steer clear of a little exploding cars. Shit does a lot of damage. But yeah, she was one of the most notorious. If I'm not mistaken, her father was one of the big mob lords up in the Spider-Man universe too. I forgot his name. I don't know if it was Silvermane or what. Thinking it was Silvermane. I could be mistaken. Don't kill me. I know there's a lot of Spider-Man purists out there that know this shit. I'm not claiming to know everything about Spider-Man. But I can tell you, man, that I think I lived in one of the best decades when it came to Spider-Man, because he blew up like a lot during the 90s and early 2000s, especially with the movie releases and earlier mentioned Spider-Man 2. Oh my god, I want to eat that. One thing about Venom, if you eat the evil people, they don't give off as much energy, so you gotta make sure that you eat all the innocent civilians. Like this one right here. Oh, there you go. Did they kill her? Oh my god, they killed her. Yeah, for some reason, the good people taste more tastier than the baddies. It's like Jello pudding in your mouth. But this guy is just fucking destructive, man. He's like the douchebag among douches, and I love it. Like, this is one of the best moves that Activision, I think one of the best moves they made in terms of adding good replay value, is being able to play with Venom. It's just so fun. It feels like you're a big hulking behemoth ready to terrorize and just suck people up and do whatever you want. Alright, I'm gonna try to eat this woman, man. I'm pretty sure she'll give me a good amount of health. See, look at that. It just pays off to be a douchebag sometimes in video games. Sometimes you get far. Just imagine like your mom having this ability, just having this a suit or whatever, and you're trapped in a room with her and she's just going to town on you with these tentacles. Especially if you got a house full of kids, you know, and you come home and there's sticky Kool-Aid all over the floor and these kids been terrorizing your house, man, running amok. You'll whip on a symbiotic suit and go to town whipping some kids too. It's like Martin Lawrence starring in Big Venom's house. I love whooping these guys around. They kind of remind me of like the Small Soldiers or something. Get it. But this game doesn't, it never seems to amaze me on how good the visuals look and how aged, like how it's just aged so well though, man. I can literally play this. And somebody mentioned in the previous video that this looks like the Walking Dead game. I think that was my homeboy, Flash Final Vegeta, a very cool guy. Does a lot of good Dragon Ball Z videos and commentaries. Yeah, but he actually put me on game. You know, I was checking that out, and this game really does look similar in the visuals of the new Walking Dead series, like with the whole cell shading and stuff. Like, I really enjoy playing cell shaded games, especially when they try to capture that essence. I think all Spider-Man games should be cell shaded if they're based off the comic books too. What do you guys think about that? Alright, we gotta eat. We gotta eat, man. We gotta eat. I'm finna do some ruthless shit right now. Let's see if he'll do it. I wanna try to snap this guy in half. Crackle! Get out of here. I love being a douchebag. Here comes Venom with his douchebaggery. Venom counted off 1, 2, 3, 4, douchebag. Eating innocent civilians, douchebag slapping people around, douchebags. Man, I gotta steer clear from those cars. Yeah. Hope you guys got that reference. I was singing the old school Teenage Mutant, not the old school, but 03 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song. This city kind of reminds me of that nighttime. It reminds me of that whole art style. I'll eat this human right quick. I must have you and feast. Feast! Jumping in the moonlight. Man, this guy is just oh, hold on. Food, 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 food. Break him. Gotta stop doing it to my brothers, man. I'm black too.
Fall back! Evacuate the area of operation.
Lovely.
Back to the boy in the red and blue onesie. Alright, we got new city goals. I thought I made sure that we would be able to progress, but we probably have one thing to do because I've been doing a lot of missions before we started this. And you also have to make sure that you save on this game. This game does not have an auto save, so if you forget to save and you turn the game off, you're pretty much screwed. So let's see what we got now. So we only have one combat tour to complete. So let's do that. First I gotta look at my map right quick. Alright, combat tour is right down the street from here. Might seem far, but it's not really that far because I can get around pretty fast, man. Yeah, but I don't want to be complaining about the web mechanics in this game because it does play good. You know, don't get me wrong. Like, I can get around pretty fast. Look at that. It's just that, man, why not use what you were good at from the beginning? You know, you had everything right the first time around. You had the fluid, butter smooth web mechanics up in Spider-Man 2 the movie. The city looked larger in scale, you know. I really want that experience again. Why not use the same build? You have everything already saved. You have the same rig that you can use up in future Spider-Man games. Why not use that? I mean, you have so many things that are a step forward, but you have a lot of things that are a step backwards, though. You know, even though Beanox... Oh, shit, this guy stabbed me. I ain't having that. I will stab you in the nuts, boy. Yeah, like, even though Beanox, they did a good job of actually bringing a bigger scale to the Spider-Man series, like having the whole web timing and stuff like that, you still have to have that premise that made the game special, you know, that it feels like it's still lacking. You want to bring that feeling back to get people more enthralled in buying your games, because if you take that away, it leaves more to be desired, and it's going to make people, you know, start losing respect for the Spider-Man gaming series. You know, because, you know, it's kind of has this niche following as well. You know, people want to have that feeling. I'm still looking for that, you know, that sensation that you get like when you jump off a big ass tower. When you get that, fellas, you can relate to me. You know, when you get that little tingly sensation in your nutsack when you're falling off of a building, and then you immediately swing after. That's what I'm waiting to get. I don't get that from this game though. I don't feel like I'm actually like doing anything spectacular. I feel like I'm kind of going in with the motion, man. Like I'm not Tobey Maguire. I'm not the immortal boy child. The immortal 17-year-old like Tobey Maguire was up in Spider-Man the movie. And another thing that I really want to see up in like future Spider-Man games is that updatable, not updatable, but you know, the upgradable combat system, because that's something that we haven't really been getting a lot of love on either, is the combat system. You know, like it still leaves a lot out that, you know, made the other Spider-Man games special. Like, you know, I want to beat up my enemies with style. I don't want to have the same repetitive moves. Not to take anything away from this game, but come on. I'm really fearing that we might not even get another game from Treyarch. Get that Frankenstein into the face and get your booty on the floor. Alright. Now we are back on our main mission. Yeah, we really need that diversity. If anybody has any idea if we have any PC mods with similar build to the Spider-Man 2 game that they did with updatable graphics, let me know. Because if they don't, I'm going to eventually do a playthrough for Spider-Man 2. I'm going to do a Let's Play for that game since it's one of the most popular. But let's get back into the main mission.
You okay?
My head is killing me. It's just pounding so hard. I think it's my spider sense thingy going nuts. You might need to get somewhere safe. Eddie? Oh my God! I thought... My head! It's killing me! What's going on?
Been listening too much to that Katy Perry, that's what's been going on.
Oh God! My head!
And this is what happens when you listen to too much Dark Horse and you have the video on replay for too long.
My head! It's killing me!
My head. I listened to Juicy J's verse too many times. Get away from me, you can't have my booty.
What's going on? No! Eddie! No!
What kind of friend would want to eat you? Like, literally. Where is Fat Bastard when you need him? Away from me.
Just being near Eddie is...
You know, all we gotta do is just jump around and evade. Oh my.
My head hurts more every second.
I wonder what they're gonna do with Venom up in the future movies, though. Are they gonna follow this similar structure to the story or the Ultimate series, or they're gonna follow the Spectacular Spider-Man series? Like, you can kind of tell that Peter and Eddie kind of have this camaraderie thing going on in the Ultimate series as well as the Spectacular Spider-Man series, but you still have the little rivalry aspect going on where Peter's always going to be the better photographer. He's always going to get the one-ups on Eddie Brock. I wonder if they're going to follow that. You know, we need to have that redeem this shit, because like Topher Grace is Eddie Brock. I'm not buying that shit. I'm sorry. Oh my God, come on, man. Damn it. Get out, get out, get out. Okay. Never know what's gonna happen with this computer. We should be close, and this should be the finishing blow. Come on, man. That should have been the finishing blow. There we go.
Don't make me hurt you, Eddie. I'm totally serious.
Look at me being serious. Now look at me get my face thrown to a tree. Look at me about to get molested with tentacles.
Brock, sit.
You guys with shield?
You're in the way!
Tango down. Prep for evac.
Hey! What is this? What's going on?
Nothing that concerns you.
My bruised ribs beg to differ. Yeah. Okay then. Sure. I'll just stay here and, oh, nuts.
Alright folks, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this Let's Play episode. Also, don't forget to leave a like in the comment section below and tell me what you guys think about Spider-Man a little more. I want to hear a little more about your story. What TV shows were you introduced to, or what comic books were you introduced to our favorite red and blue onesie wearing superhero Spider-Man? Don't forget to leave a like, and also if you're new to this channel, subscribe, and don't forget to be entered into the contest that we're having for the Spectacular Spider-Man Blu-ray giveaway. Like always, it's your boy RBG, aka the Random Black Gamer. I will catch you guys later. Peace out.